everybody. So today this is very exciting. I'm finally doing my big Barbie movie ranking. And I've been working on reviewing the Barbie movies for since 2016. So that's pretty wild. And you can check out my playlist with all of my reviews. I was just going over them today. It was really fun to look back and remember all of the different backdrops I've had and all the different phases that I've been in as a YouTuber, and so it was just fun to watch those. I have not rewatched all of these because there's 46 movies. I couldn't, but I did watch my reviews, and so that kind of reminded me of what sort of where I had put things and why I'd put things and everything going on. So I would love your thoughts. For the most part, I really enjoy this franchise. I think they tried way harder than they needed to. They were a lot more creative and inventive, especially for direct to DVD series. Getting orchestrations from symphonies and original songs and lore that sometimes was in depth and very creative and that would tie into multiple movies, sometimes as many as 4 or 5. I just think that's really cool. They did not have to do that for this kind of series made for like very young kids. So I admire that. But let's get started. Some of these I will talk more about than others because I don't want this video to be even longer than it probably will end up being. But here we go. 46, I have the Barbie Diaries. This one definitely has the worst animation. It's the studio that did this only did this one. It was the only one of their Barbie movies, and it just looks rough. It also, the story is kind of like a Bratz movie. It's the characters are unlikable. It's just not a good Barbie's movie. It's trying to be like Mean Girls kind of thing, and it doesn't work. 45 is Barbie and her sisters in a puppy chase. And this one was just pretty forgettable. It spends more time talking about this dance competition than they do the actual puppy chase. And it gets harmless, but just, kind of going through the motions. 44 is Barbie, Skipper, and the Big Babysitting Adventure. Yeah, I don't think Skipper can like lead a series. Plus, this just is not like about the babysitting hardly at all. It's more about her like working at this water park and not getting along with the boss and things like that. It just didn't do it for me. 43 is Barbie Presents Thumbelina. I didn't really like the story that much. Barbie is Thumbelina and this little girl and taken to the city, and the animation's okay, but yeah, this one didn't do much for me. Barbie is so next up at 42, I have Barbie Mermaid Power. This one they tried to bring back a lot of the different characters from Dolphin Magic and Barbie Big Dreams Big City and everything like that. And I don't know, just didn't do a whole lot for me. And so it's at 42. 41 is Barbie and Stacy to the Rescue. And this is the latest one, the newest one. And it's serviceable, I guess. But I don't know. It was just kind of like a sitcom. It didn't do much for me as far as the story. And why did they didn't just climb down out of the tree? I never understand. Barbie's terrible at piloting that balloon. She shouldn't be in this contest. It's harmless, but not for me. 40 is Barbie Princess Adventure. This one does have some pretty catchy songs, so it does have that, but it is totally derivative of a million other Barbie movies that are much better, so it's pretty forgettable. Then we have Barbie and her sisters in The Great Puppy Adventure. So this one's pretty fun. It kind of is like Barbie meets Goonies. They go on this adventure looking for clues, and they got like all these things that they're hunting for, plus like helping the puppies, which is super cute. So that it ends up 39. 38 is where I have Barbie Dolphin Magic. This you get to know Isla, who's a pretty fun character. And so that was enjoyable. And she's sort of kooky. She's the mermaid that comes to life and everything. So, it was fun enough. She's got like a really, really bad like boss. The villain is fun in this. 37, we have Barbie Chelsea, The Lost Birthday. And this one is very, very like pre-K. It feels like an episode of Dora the Explorer. Like just with her interactions with the animals and everything is really like sweet and friendly, and there's like an adventure and easy things to learn. totally harmless. It's fine, just not my favorite. Then at 36 and 35, we have Barbie and the Rockers and Barbie and the Sensations. These were both 30-minute shorts, basically, that were released. They were going to be a series in the 80s. And so there's not like really a movie, but anyway, they're in here this high because the songs are pretty fun. And there is some like vintage animation to it. The colors, though, it's like super jerky and not like that pleasant, but like there's a certain vintage nostalgic quality, I think, to it. It's fun. It's a novelty to watch, but only for the hardcore Barbie fan, I think. Yeah. Then at 34, we have Barbie and her sisters, A Ponytail. This is cute enough. They go to visit her aunt, I think it is, and have various adventures with these different horses. If you have little girls who love horses, then they'll really like this one. I think it's Chelsea who is forced to ride the pony. She doesn't want to ride the pony. It's fine. 33 is where I have Barbie in A Mermaid Tale 2. And this one, you get like the friendship between Kylie and Merliah, and that's nice. And the villain's pretty good. It has some pretty good animation. There's lots of surfing in this one. Both the Mermaid Tale ones have a lot of surfing. So there we go. 32 is where I have Barbie, the video game hero. And I really love the animation in this. It feels like kind of Barbie meets Tron, which is really fun. Minecraft sort of feel to it as well. It's just very creative. And so that it's something different for this franchise, which I appreciate. 31 is Barbie Big City Big Dreams. So you do have some pretty good songs in this because it's about them going to this school and singing and everything. And this is our introduction to Barbie Brooklyn and Barbie Malibu. So that's fun. So there we go. 30 is where I have Barbie Princess and the Pop Star. This has a lot of nice songs, obviously. And it's pleasant and it's like a decent modern Barbie movie. But when you already have Barbie Princess and the Popper, which is one of the best, pretty much mutually agreed upon best, this just feels kind of derivative and forgettable. 29 is where I have Barbie Epic Road Trip. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure interactive Barbie movie. This is the best thing I think they made at Netflix. And I appreciate trying something different. And it's fun to like pick which path you want Barbie to take and which choices you want her to make. And I think it was executed pretty well. So yeah, it was something different, something fun. 28 is actually where I had Barbie Fairytopia. And I love the Fairytopia Mermaidia series. I just really appreciate that they went to so much effort to create all this lore. But this Fairytopia, the first one, is my least favorite of the group. It's a little bit dry. It's a little boring. People that just like love fantasy will probably enjoy it more than me, but I do respect it. And like I said, this whole series, what they did, I really admire. Are you a fan of Rachel's Reviews? Do you look forward to Family Movie Night, Female Film Critics Panels, or the Talking Disney podcast? If so, please consider supporting the podcast by becoming a Patreon. As a patron, you get to access monthly events such as the watch-alongs and Q&As, where you get to talk to stars and find out the behind the scenes of the movie making industry. And you can pick what I review for Family Movie Night or even become a guest on the podcast. Podcasts and YouTube channels are expensive, and I really, really could use your help. I would so appreciate it. You also get to be a member of the Facebook group where we talk about all the films that we're seeing, and we have so much fun. Go to patreon.com/Hallmarkies and select one of the Rachel's fan tiers. That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies. 27, I have Barbie Princess Charm School, and this one's real cute. It's kind of got like a Barbie goes to Hogwarts kind of feel to it. There's like a little bit of kind of magic and a little bit of, is she gonna fit in and what's gonna be like, and she's sort of on the outs but then makes friends, and it's real cute. It's real cute. Then we have Barbie in A Mermaid Tale. This one does have a lot of surfing, and like I said, some of the best animation that they had for a while. This came out in 2010, so I appreciate that. And this is our introduction to Malia, and she's the surfer, and maybe she has like more of a connection to the to the water than she thinks. So, ooh. Okay, number 25 is where I have Barbie Rock and Royals. One where we have another switching places thing where you have the rock star and the princess trading places. And there's also this this competition for these camps, as I recall. They were on like boats, like different camps. For these, there's these competitions between these different camps. It has some fun music, overall enjoyable. 24 is Mariposa and the Butterfly Fairy Friends. This is another one in the Fairytopia series. There's actually 2 of the Mariposa movies, and you have Alina, the lead of the Fairytopia movies, telling the story about this Mariposa world, and it's a world where all of the fairies have butterfly wings, which is beautiful, and like a pretty good story that they have going on in Mariposa. So then next, 23, we have Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus. This does have some of the worst of the early animation. It's pretty rough, especially the villain, but the story is actually pretty good, and I like the characters. So the relationship between Annika and her sister, who is the Pegasus, is really sweet, and there's a really good score in this one, and it's a nice fairy tale story if you like fairy tales, but the animation is rough on this one. Then we have at 22, we have Barbie Fairytopia, The Magic of the Rainbow. This has some of the most impressive animation, particularly the final battle kind of scene where she's like fighting with rainbow power. It looks really cool. And yeah, this one's a lot of fun. Then 21, we have Barbie and the Pearl Princess. I really like this one. This is in the Mermaidia world. There's this character, Luminia. She kind of has a bit of a Cinderella quality to this story. There's the big ball, and will she be able to go, kind of a thing. It's a nice little movie. We have Barbie Princess Power, and this is their attempt to do a superhero movie, and this is their attempt to do like a Marvel movie, and it's pretty fun. I like the cartoon. I like the comic aesthetic to it, the way the action is done. The villain being this sort of jealous cousin is like very typical, but fun enough. And her puppy and kitten friends are really enjoyable in this one. Number 19 is where I have Barbie Mariposa and the Fairy Princess. This is a sequel to the first Barbie Mariposa movie. So you've got more of the butterfly Barbies, and they're beautiful, and it's a good story. It's a fun adventure. Number 18, Barbie Rapunzel. This is a second one. So the animation is pretty rough in this one, but it's your classic Rapunzel story. And so that's fun. And the fact they have Angelica Houston playing the Gothel is a lot of fun too. So yeah. Then number 17 is Barbie and the Three Musketeers. I really enjoy this one. It's fun having Three Musketeers as Barbies, and it's fun that they got Tim Curry to voice the villain in this one, especially because he was in a Musketeers movie as a villain. And it's fun to see like the action, sword fighting, the other things. And this is one that I think you'd have the easiest time maybe getting a kid who doesn't think they would watch a Barbie movie, because it really has a lot of action. It's very entertaining. So number 16 is Barbie the Island Princess. Really enjoy this one. I really like the story. The different dresses that they have her in are so beautiful. 15 is where I have Barbie Swan Lake. This one does have some rough animation, but I do like the story and the various dresses they give her and how they work in the story of Swan Lake and the music. This probably does have the best. This or the Nutcracker, because using the Tchaikovsky, but the very impressive all the work they went into to get those orchestrations. I think I have a very strong voice cast in this. Of course, Kelly Sheridan, she's voice of Barbie in most of these, and you have Kelsey Grammer, which is really fun. Number 14 is Barbie and the Diamond Castle. This is some of the best music for the Barbie movies, and the dynamic between the two sisters is a lot of fun. The dynamic between the two, Liana and Alexa, the two friends, is really fun. Then we have number 13, Barbie Nutcracker. And then they do a good job of fleshing out a Nutcracker story, because the ballet is just a bunch of little vignettes. It doesn't, I mean, it has a mild story with Clara and the king. It has a mild story with Clara and the Rat King, but not enough. They've tried so many times. This is probably the best Nutcracker film, because most of them have been total disasters, but this is not a disaster. And it, like I said, they went to a lot of work to get these orchestrations. And you got Tim Curry back in this one, and Kirby Morrow voicing in this as well. Of course, Kelly Sheridan. So it's a really enjoyable holiday film. Number 12 is Barbie Spy Squad. I feel like this one is one of the more underrated ones. The action's fun. It's a good little spy story. I think this is another one that if you have kids that think, oh, it's too girly or too like, I won't like that, I bet you they'd like this. I bet you they'd like this. It's a good little spy movie. Number 11 is Barbie: A Perfect Christmas. Of course, I really enjoy this one. You know, I love Christmas movies, but the songs in this one are so catchy. Really good Christmas songs. And like, it's a cute enough Christmas story where they're trying to get to be able to celebrate Christmas together, and all the little things that like stop them and on their way. Yeah, it's one that I enjoy watching every so often during the holidays. Number 10, we're in the top 10. Very exciting. We have Barbie: A Fashion Fairy Tale. And this is the infamous one where Barbie thinks she's getting dumped by Ken, but it's really the villain who's recorded him rehearsing lines for a play. And she's just traumatized. But yeah, this is one of the better modern ones, the Fashion Fairy Tale. It's it basically brings in kind of a Cinderella dynamic into the world of Barbie, and you have you have obviously a romance between Barbie and Ken. Number 9, we have Barbie in the Pink Shoes. I really like the animation in this one and the story. And this is where she is Kristen, ballerina, and finds these sparkling pink shoes that allow her to do everything that she wants to do, and be able to be a great ballerina. And there's this evil snow queen. It's a lot of fun. Then we have at number 8, we have Barbie Starlight Adventure. And this is like Barbie's take on Star Wars. It's really like fun. She is living on some mysterious planet. She gets made part of this like special squad that is supposed to take down this villainous force. And it is pretty obvious who the actual villain is. It's supposed to be a reveal, but the animation in this is pretty beautiful. And I just like that they tried something different for the series. And it's pretty entertaining. Number 7 is where I have Barbie Fairytopia Mermaidia. So this is the first Mermaidia movies, and I just really enjoy this whole series. I really enjoy the mermaids, and this is where we get we get Alina asking for the help of this mermaid named Nori, and they're trying to save this mermaid prince of theirs, and it's just really enjoyable. Number 6 is where we have Barbie: A Christmas Carol. I actually think this is a really creative take on A Christmas Carol. The idea of her basically having like a stage, she's this opera singer, she's this stage mom, aunt kind of type character who would never let her have a day off, a day to rest. So she's become this like diva. And what was, I think, the most interesting thing, well, first of all, I like the fact that when the aunt comes back as Jacob Marley, instead of cash boxes, she has like mirrors and brushes and things. That was very clever. But also, I like the fact that they have the Cratchit character, her like intern, basically become worse than her, which you usually don't see that arc for Cratchit. And I thought that was pretty smart. So when she goes into the future, she sees and she can't believe that she's such a jerk. And she doesn't want to cause that bad influence. So this is just really, really clever take on Christmas Carol. Number 5 is Barbie: A Fairy Secret. And this one is a good story. Of course, I love the Fairytopia movies, and I like that we have this whole world of fairies, and that she discovers, and so she's out to try to save Ken in this one, and we have her rival Raquel that she so her rival Raquel, who she has like a pretty good arc with that. So it's just very enjoyable. Then number 4 is where we have Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I really love this fairy tale. I love the story. I love all the different characters, each of the 12 princesses, and how they each get their little moment. I think Disney should make this into a movie. It seems like a no-brainer to me. You would have 12 princesses to talk about. And yeah, it's one of the best, no question. Then 3 is Barbie and the Secret Door. This one I feel like you don't hear talked about that much, but it's so entertaining and it has such good music, and it's but it's so entertaining. It has such good songs, and you have Barbie as Alexa, who's kind of shy and needs to build confidence. Just, it's magical. And like I said, has great songs. It's really fun. Then I have a tie for my 1 and 2. So these are just both 1, because it just didn't feel right for me to have Barbie the movie at number 1, because it had a million times more of a budget. It's not the same kind of conversation. But you have Barbie, Princess and the Pauper. I think almost every Barbie animated movie fan would have that in the top place. It is so good, has such good songs. It's such a good story. And can it really compete with a movie with a massive budget and top tier talent? And but I think that it's actually got a cleaner script, but it doesn't take as many risks as Barbie the movie. So both of them are the top tier Barbie. You can't really compare them. They're so different, but they're both wonderful, and I love them both so much. But Barbie, Princess and the Pauper, and Barbie the movie, I love the risks that Barbie the movie took. I love that it had something to say. I loved that it tried so hard and had such a cool aesthetic to it. I love Margot Robbie's performance. It is delightful, but I also love Barbie, Princess and the Pauper. I love the songs. I love the story and what both of the Barbies learn through switching places. And I also love the songs in Barbie the movie. They're both just excellent films. And so I hope you take nothing else from this ranking. I hope that you watch Barbie the movie and Barbie, Princess and the Pauper. They're both great. I love them so much. And this has been so much fun to get to review over the years all these Barbie movies. And I just think that they really tried harder than they had to for this entire series. And I just admire them so much. And I think that it's just been a fun series to talk about, because I think it's something that's easy to dismiss. People are always dismissing things that are made for little girls as being stupid. And here's something made for little girls that was actually well thought out and creative and inventive and just great. I love them. And so let me know what you think. What would be your top picks? I would love to hear in the comment section. And make sure you check out my playlist with all of my Barbie reviews. I would really, really appreciate it. And please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that too. Make sure you check out everything going on at Hallmarkies Podcast as well. Got lots of content I bet you'd be interested in over there. And I just hope you enjoy the Barbie series as much as I do. And please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video. And please check out the Patreon. That's the biggest way you can help me. And it would mean so much to me. And then also, when we have some great perks as being a part of the Patreon, and the merch store, where we have some Barbie inspired merch over there. So please take a look at that. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.